Electric, elegant and sporty. These are the words used by Volkswagen to describe their very first fully electric SUV coupe, the ID.5. The third instalment of the ID range promises to be bigger and better than its little brothers. But is that really the case? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about the ID.5, from what I like about it to what I don't like about it, and everything else in between. I'm Charlie Atkinson, and welcome to EV Powered's review of the Volkswagen ID.5. At first glance, the ID.5 doesn't look too dissimilar to its predecessor, the ID.4, but under closer inspection, you can see that the ID.5 does have a lot more going on. The biggest difference is at the rear end, which is much more dramatic than the ID.4, and it features this little spoiler here too, which just accentuates that extra bit of sportiness. Side on, you can really see the difference in shape to the ID.4. It's got much more character and much more presence about it, especially with these creases down the side of it. Front on, there's not too much difference to the ID.4. In fact, I'm pretty sure these two cars are identical from this angle, but on the whole, I would say that the ID.5 is the better looking car. This 77 kWh Pro Performance spec of the ID.5 offers a range of 316 miles, which is a significant upgrade on the ID.4's range of 233 miles. This spec also offers a 0-60 time of just 8.4 seconds, although lower specs will have a 0-60 time of 10.4 seconds. The top GTX Max spec will offer an improved performance package of 299 brake horsepower, up from 204 brake horsepower on this model, and a 0-60 time of 6.3 seconds, although the range will be reduced to just 309 miles. Inside the ID.5, you'll be greeted with the standard ID range interior, which features the 12-inch infotainment display, which, like most other ID models, can be laggy and frustrating to use. There is also a relatively small and basic driver's display, and the upholstery is finished in a vegan-friendly leather and art velour. Despite the sporty coupe shape of the vehicle, there is a surprising amount of headroom in the back, and plenty of legroom too. In the boot, you'll also find 549 litres of storage capacity, rising to 1,561 litres with the rear seats folded. That's the interior. Now let's take this thing for a spin. So what's it like being behind the wheel of the Volkswagen ID.5? Well, Volkswagen describe it as sporty and elegant, and I'd say that's a pretty fair description. It's got loads of power, and it does certainly feel nice and nimble and agile as well, but as well, it's really smooth. It's nice and secure. It feels glued to the road, and it handles beautifully as well. So there's that perfect combination of power and precision almost. This 77 kWh Pro Performance version of the ID.5 doesn't exactly knock your socks off in terms of power. Obviously, the GTX Max version is going to give you that added bit of performance, but to me, the focus of this car should be on the elegance side of things rather than the sportiness. Yes, it does have bags of torque and bags of horsepower as well, and if you need to squeeze and if you want to have a bit of fun, then you can. It's more than capable of doing that. But for me, it's more about enjoying the experience of being behind the wheel of this car. It's nice and comfortable, it's got a beautiful interior, and I just prefer cruising along in this rather than blasting it and launching it here, there and everywhere, which you can do, as I said, if you want to. That's not the best way to enjoy this car. I just prefer taking it nice and slow and sitting back and relaxing and yeah, enjoying it. Now, the focus on this car might be the coupe side of things and the elegance and the comfort, but when you do want to put your foot down and have a bit of a squeeze and have a bit of fun, you can absolutely do that, and this thing is bags of fun to drive. Even if you want to chuck it into corners like this at a decent pace, it can live with that. It can absolutely cope with that, and it just feels glued to the road. And if you want to stamp your foot down and really go for it, that's when you really start to see the sporty side of it, and trust me, that's going to put a really big smile on your face. The ID.5 is supposed to be the bigger, sportier brother to the Volkswagen ID.4, and having driven both of them recently over a short period of time, I've got to say I'd have the ID.5 over the ID.4 every single day of the week. This thing is just loads and loads of fun to drive. I might have to take back the bits about preferring to cruise along in this thing and how this is designed for comfort rather than just pure sportiness, because honestly, once you start putting your foot down and chucking this thing into corners, it's really hard to stop. It is really, really addictive. And I suppose that's the best thing about the ID.5. You have got the best of both worlds in that sense, but if you want to bumble along, take it nice and slow, you can absolutely do that. But if you want to have a bit of fun, stamp your foot down and chuck this thing around, then you're going to really, really enjoy it. The ID.5 finds itself having to compete in a really strong category of sporty electric SUVs, such as the Kia EV6 and the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Although it faces stiff competition, the ID.5 does feature a really good design, a decent performance package and a classy interior as well. And although the price might be a little bit dear, it's well worth a place on your shortlist. That's all for this video. If you liked it, then please do drop us a like and be sure to subscribe as well. For more electric car reviews like this, you can head over to our channel, and for daily news coverage, features and much more, you can also head over to evpowered.co.uk. Thanks once again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.